Well, hello, my lovely people. I'm back today with Journal Monthly. So, the reason we used the blue and pink, or I used the blue and pink on my signature covers, I told you at the time, was because I wanted to introduce these sample images that have got pinks in them. Got a lovely vintage feel. Now, for what I want to do, of the big ones, I'm only going to need 2. I think I'm going to go for the scales and the jug rather than the clothing. So kitchen rather than clothing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these out. And these are going to sit on our page as beautiful decorative images, but they are also going to become secret journal spaces. Okay, so I'm just cutting them out, as you can see. Obviously, if you prefer to use a cutting board or scissors, go for it, no problem whatsoever. How are you? All good? Okay, so there's one. No stories to tell, I'm afraid. Nothing much has been happening here. It's just been sort of life. Although one thing I'm super excited about is that the car is going into the garage on Monday morning. That doesn't sound like exciting, does it? Until you realise it's because we're having the aircon regassed. So it's going to be a nice place to be. Bearing in mind we've just been told that apparently there are 4 more heat waves coming during the course of this. Oh, that was rubbish, wasn't it? During the course of the summer, and if you're like me and you don't do heat, the regassed aircon is just a must. Okay, now these have been portrayed as like almost cabinet cards or Polaroid images because they've got a much wider bottom than side and top. Now that gives us the perfect fold point. So lining that up on my ruler and getting a score line on there, like so. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to put one in each signature. I like my signatures to be the same but different. So obviously it's the same idea, but it's a different photograph. Okay, like that. Obviously we're going to want to fold them flat, but not yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some coffee dyed paper or some book page, whatever you fancy, and then I've got all these odd bits here, and I'm going to put it on the back to strengthen it up. Okay, so keep that folded under because we don't want to put it on there. I'm going to glue this up. And then I'm just going to pick it up, offer it onto my coffee dyed paper, like so, and then with that bit folded up, and held down, I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, so now it's got a little bit more body to it. If you've got an overlap like I've got there, then just trim it off, because obviously we don't want that on there. Okay, and actually I've got a little bit at the top there as well, haven't I? And then what I'm going to do is fold this back over. Oh, look, don't do what I did. Don't cut a hole in it. Make sure your ruler's far enough down. And then I'm going to open up my signature. I'm going to go to the back, I think, for this one. And you see that fits really nicely size-wise on there. So what we're going to do is we're now going to glue this bit that has no coffee dyed paper on it, like so, and we're just going to pop that on there. Hang on, because I feel like I'm looking at two different heights here. There we go. Pop that on there, get it fairly central, and give it a press. So then when you look at the back of your book, you've got a really interesting picture, but then that is going to fold down like that. You've got a secret journal in there, and you could carry on there if you wanted to. If you do make a little bit of a boo-boo like I did there, all you can do is decorate it up. So find yourself a piece of lace or something. I've got a nice bit of raggedy fabric here, anything you like. Just, oh, I need some good scissors. And we're going to decorate the bit that's stuck. So, we don't want all that, do we? That's a bit weird. Pull this off. And I mean, I would have done this anyway. What you got to make sure is, obviously, you're still going to be able to fold it down. Don't go sticking over there, because then it won't fold. Okay. The only way you can go over there is if you use a little bit of paper. Okay, so put a bit, because the paper will fold, your fabric and lace won't. Line that up, put that on there. Okay. Oh, not them scissors, Claire. I bet you're all shouting at me, weren't you? Claire, they're your fabric scissors. Don't use the fabric scissors. Okay. So I've stuck it there. Okay. It's now going to fold down and fold up. We've got fabric underneath it. I'm now going to glue the other side. This is only obviously because I needed to do the repair. I would still have done the fabric, but I wouldn't have done the paper. So I'm just going to add another little bit of fabric. It's all just for fun and decoration. So pull that all out, stick that down. Okay, and now I need to reach in behind me in my other box, find some bits of lace. You can use anything for this, any bits of fabric, lace. Just rummage through your scrap box. If you haven't got fabric or lace, don't sweat it, it's not a problem. All you need to do is use a bit of pretty paper, doesn't matter. And like we've got this, but this is obviously way too big for that. So I'm going to cut one out, and then I'm going to trim it this way. And then that one will sit on there like that. you could stick a bit of paper ephemera on it. Let's have a little look in our box. What have we got floating around in here? These lovely Shabby Dabby Doodad bows are obviously much too big. We've got some old Tracy Fox label. Now where does it fold? So as long as you make sure where it folds, you stay below it, you'll be absolutely fine. There's my fold, so I'll stick it there. So, back of our signature, we've got a nice little flip down, flip up. Okay, and it creates us some lovely journaling space. See, so I've put that higher than I should have done. Let's put that there. That's better. There, like that. Now it'll flip. Okay, if you're worried that this is too flappy, you could easily put an altered paper clip or something over the top with a bit of book page. So take a paper clip, find a bit of book page, fold up, put your paper clip in. I like to put the long side in, fold it up, okay, take that off, tear that like so, put a bit of glue inside, glue that up, okay, then put your paper clip on top, and let's put something pretty on there. So let's stick with the theme, shall we? So we'll have a bit more fabric, a bit more lace. There are a million ways to alter a paper clip. You can wrap the paper clip completely in paper. There are loads and loads of videos showing you how to do that. You can do what I'm doing here now and just cover it with anything random. Now when it comes to the actual paper clip area, I do like to use a bit of uhu. So I'm going to pop some uhu around the actual paper clip like that. Okay, I'll take a piece of book page and put that in there. Make sure you get that UHO on there. So now we've got fabric this side, we've got paper there, we've got book page there. Don't worry about that purple glue because obviously that will completely disappear. And we've got new book page on top. If we then look, there is another piece of different lacy fabric here. I'm probably going to go for that leaf there. Is that too big? No, that's going to sit on there quite nicely. So put fabric glue if you want. Glue stick works quite well for fabric, to be honest with you. And there you go, we've got a little altered paper clip, and that will just slide on top, and that is not going anywhere. Okay, obviously you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, you can do whatever you like with it. Okay, so that's the back of that one. We now need to do the back of the other one. Let's see if I can not cut this one off. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Glue this up. find our coffee dyed paper. And offer that on there. It gives us stability because these are only printed on light copy of paper. Okay. I probably won't put a paper clip on this one, but obviously you could if you wanted to. Right, let's try, Claire, and not cut this one. Yay! Okay, so exactly the same principle as we had before. We're now going to glue up this side. Stick that down. Oh, somebody's not very happy. Little doggy's not very happy up there. Okay, that one's on there. And again, let's get some prettiness going on across the bottom here. So, a bit more fabric. I'll just stick that on there, like so. Bit of lace. Oh look, we've got a big bit of this this crosshatch here. Oh, do you know how many times I've cut myself with them scissors? Those scissors are so razor sharp, it's unbelievable. Now I don't want to bleed all over everything, so I need something to stop me bleeding on everything. And the best thing for that is a bit of tape. Look at that, clear bud. Very red, isn't it? There we go. Stick that down there. That will be just fine. Right, cut that bit off. Have a little bit of this lace here. Remembering not to cut your fingers, Claire. Oh look, it's actually not stopping. Oh my goodness. Gonna have to put you on hold, I think. Right, I'll just put you on pause and I'll sort this out and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've been to the bathroom and put a proper plaster on it. Although you can see there that I did cut it with pinky shears. Don't ask. I know. I'm a nightmare. But hey ho, one's got to get on. One's got to get this job done. So, can't be sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves because we've got a tiny little nick in our finger. We've got to get on. And that's going to sit on there like that. I'm quite happy with that. Oh dear. Right, there we go. So there's our pretty bottom. That folds very nicely. I'm not going to put a paper clip on this one. I'm just going to leave it. So that's that one. Okay. And then if you remember, right at the very beginning when I introduced this video, we did some coin pockets. Do you remember? And I showed you how if you didn't have a die you could just very easily do coin pockets. Right, well, now I'm going to make some tags for those. So I want to make sure, obviously I don't use the scales, or the jug's not on this one. This time I think I am going to use these two. So I've got these two. Just ripping these out again, and obviously you can do this with whatever paper or image you want to. Slide it down, get rid of all that nasty, nasty white. Boring white, we don't want it. So I've got one there, and I got one here. Oh, while I had you on pause, I should have turned the fan around and up, shouldn't I? Didn't think about that. Right, I've got some book page here. Whoops. Let's not have an avalanche, eh? What else have I got? I need some card. I've got some card, which is going to make some lovely tags. So if you remember, because we looked at doing these, and where's the coin envelopes that we did? Talk about yourself while I find the coin pockets. There you go, we did these coin pockets. So, oops. What I want to do is I want to create a tag that's going to fit in here. Now that is obviously too short. That is definitely the right height. So let's draw ourselves a line. So there. So we've got a bit sticking out, and then we want it slightly narrower to make sure it slides in and out easily. Okay, so there's my scalpel. Ironic I didn't cut myself on the scalpel, isn't it? Cut myself on the fabric scissors. Ta-da! Line this up. Snip down there. And then find my tag card. Snip the corners off. Like that. And we've got ourselves a tag, okay? And we know that is going to slide in there quite nicely, okay? So, first things first, if you don't want to see that, you need to line it with a little bit of book page. I don't know if that's wide enough now. No, it's not. Fairly typical, isn't it? Oh, look at this. This is a bit of Edith Holden. Could definitely put that in there, couldn't we? So, it wants to be there. And it only needs to be about that long. So, that item. Is going to slide in there like that. Okay, and we're gonna glue it up and trim it round. So glue that up like so. Trim that, slide that in there, find the top of your flap and press that home, okay, and then you can just trim around there. Because you're cutting them both together, it doesn't matter if it goes slightly over, okay, and if you've got a little tiny bit of out of line there, you can trim that there. Okay, now I'm not worried about that crease because I'm going to have my pocket open. So take your coin pocket, find the page that you want. You want more stability on your back page, so we could put that there, couldn't we? So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to glue down that side that's nearest the spine and along the bottom. I'll pop that on there like that, and you can also do a little bit on the edge of that flap. Okay, and that allows me to tuck behind and inside. Okay, so, and it makes that back cover a little bit stronger. So put that over there like that. Now I'm going to make this tag. So what I'm going to do, the tag for me personally, is I'm going to use some of this interesting shaped book page. I'm going to use some coffee dyed paper that's got an interesting pattern on it there. Okay, and then I'm going to pop my picture on there, something like that. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to glue the coffee dyed paper on here. Like so. Find my bone folder. Okay, let's trim that off. If you've got any areas that are a bit puckery or loose, there's a little, no there's not, yes there is. You can get a little bit extra glue under there and that'll be lovely. And then I'm going to glue up my book page all the way around. And this, I love this shape, you see, that's why. And then line it up at the top-ish, turn it over. I nearly picked up fabric scissors again then. I think that they've just bitten me, I'd be putting them well out of reach. Okay, so now we've got this lovely shape and we've got our coffee dyed paper, so simple. And now I have just stabbed myself. Goodness me, I'm just a disaster zone today. So I'm going to put this picture in the middle, but obviously that's a little bit boring on its own, isn't it? So I want some more interest there. Now, do I want to use one of my cards? No, because the picture's too big, too narrow. But we could definitely use it that way. We could use any kind of frame we want. But I'm actually going to use a little bit of fabric. So I've got a bit of fabric here. I'm just going to give that a bit of a tear. Like so. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to centre or slightly off centre our photo like that. I think it just adds for interest. I've come down a little bit there. It looks much nicer. And then I want some sort of flat lace. Got another bit of, well, comes the scissors. And I think we can do, yeah, another layer. We can get all of those layers on there like so. So, glue up this middle bit like that. I'm going to pop the netty lace to the bottom like so. I'm then going to put the fabric on the top. Then you've got to decide whether you're going up or down. I think I'm going down, like so. And you can press right into that griddy fabric, pull a little bit of that pattern out. Okay. And then we're going to put our picture on the top. Okay, here's our picture, and our picture is going to the far side, and it's going up slightly like that. So, oops, here you go. There is our tag. Got a little bit of glue on the back there. That is much more interesting now, isn't it? Like that. I'm just going to take my hole punch. I'm going to put a hole roughly centre, doing it by eye, like that. And I'm going to use a piece of this corded string, but obviously you can use fabric. If you've got one of those like wow tails, you could put a wow tail punch on there, or anything really, and then just pull it through. And we are job done. Now I like to put a little bit of glue on there, because that will keep that tied as a knot. Trim them to where you want them, and then we have got a tag to go in to our pocket. Oops, I could see that wasn't properly stuck down. It's always difficult getting a tag in an envelope on film, but there you go. And there's our tag in our coin pocket. We've got space behind, and we've got our secret journaling on the back. I'm not going to keep you while I do the other one of these for the other book, because, you know, once you've seen it once, you've seen it half a dozen times, haven't you? So, today we have our secret journaling. We even did an altered paper clip and a tag for our coin pocket. I will be back next Friday. I don't even know what the date is, something like the 21st, which means we've probably only got 2 or 3 left. and we'll do something big to go behind and something else for the middle. Stay safe. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.